Hello everyone, my name's Araya and I'm here with
Ali.
And we're Temporal Feedback. What are we doing here?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well,
It's been so long, I can't even remember.
This is something we tried to do a long time ago, but
2 years?
Yeah, over 2 years ago. Yep, it's been a while.
That's where the temporal part comes in.
Yeah, we transcend time and space. In fact, we're in a different space as well.
Mm-hmm.
On this channel, our plan is to react to all of classic Doctor Who. That's our primary goal.
With a secondary goal of?
Eventually, reacting to New Who, maybe?
Maybe, if it
Probably.
becomes good.
No, so we originally intended to react to New Who, and we have a few New Who reactions that we've recorded. There's also a few Classic Who reactions that we've recorded that haven't gone up yet as of this video. To touch briefly on that, we started uploading, we uploaded like 2 videos, and then there's the whole SAG-AFTRA thing, so we stopped for a little bit in support of the strike, and then when the strike resolved, we just kind of weren't in a space to really keep doing this, so it just didn't end up happening for a long time.
I had to go to work.
Yeah, life is life, you know. There's a lot going on, but it's been something that we've wanted to come back to, and we recently were like, we should do that. We should figure out how to do that, and I think we're in a place where we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. I've been wanting to watch Classic Who for a very, very long time, and we, in terms of New Who, we're both about the same place in New Who at this point.
Not recorded, watched by ourselves. Let's see. All of Doctors 9 through 12?
Yep. We did record a reaction for you. I'd seen it already, to Peter Capaldi's last 3 episodes. So the series 10 finales, 2-part, and the Christmas special, which is where he regenerated.
Yes. And then we did, what, the first
We
episode,
did
2
the
episodes?
first episode of Jodie Whittaker's Who, series 11.
We were just kind of like, we're just not that excited about Jodie Whittaker.
I got on board when series 7 was airing. I watched the 50th anniversary special in 2013 when it aired on TV, and I was excited about that. And I'd always been waiting for new episodes through Peter Capaldi's era. And Peter Capaldi is my favorite Doctor, the 12th Doctor of New Who. Anyway, we'll see how that goes with Classic Who. But I really tried with the Jodie Whittaker era, but I got a few episodes in, and I just found myself not as excited to keep watching it. And I just ended up not, I never made the choice. I'm never gonna watch the show again. I just kind of fell off of it, you know.
It was just a little bit forgettable.
Yeah.
And that's not a sin. It's not a sin to be forgettable. But I only saw 1 episode, so.
Yeah, and we'll get to that at some point. But, you know, when it comes to that era, I haven't really avoided spoilers. So even though I haven't actually watched most of that era, or the era coming after that, where Russell T Davies returned to the showrunner, I know a lot of bits and pieces about things that people are talking about, because I kind of have my ears open in the Doctor Who community about, what the controversies are and what people are saying and whatnot. And it seems to me like it's kind of fallen off a bit since Capaldi's era. So I do want to watch all that. I do want to watch Jodie Whittaker's era, the 60th anniversary specials, and the Ncuti Gatwa seasons. I do want to watch those eventually, and we're going to watch those together eventually. Probably we'll do reactions to them, although I'm not gonna say 100% sure we are, because we're gonna have to figure that out in the future. Seem fair?
Yeah.
But for now, we're it's not gonna come back until next Christmas anyway. That was just announced as I'm recording this.
Disney deal fallout,
and the next Doctor Who bit that's gonna come out is gonna be Christmas special 2026. So that's a lot of time from now. So we're and there's also a lot of nostalgia bait and callbacks and whatnot that I've heard about in Jodie Whittaker's era through the R2-D2 era, and I'm this would be a great time to say
the R2-D2 era.
RTD2.
I know it's RTD2, but it's what it sounds like you said.
People call it RTD2. It's very funny. I've thought that too. And there's a lot of callbacks to Classic Who in that era, from my understanding. So I feel like this is a great time to be let's put a hold on watching New Who, and let's just watch Classic Who. Let's focus on that, because I've always wanted to watch it, and I feel like that could be an interesting perspective going into New Who eventually. But that means that probably we're not going to watch more New Who until we finish Classic Who, or get sufficiently far and feel like, oh, New Who stuff's coming out and we want to watch it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's probably going to be a while. before we get to that point. But Classic Who is something that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, so I think we should do it.
Mm-hmm. Including the episodes that don't exist.
Including the episodes that don't exist. So if you take a look at our channel page, before this video we had 2 videos, an unaired pilot reaction and the first 2 episodes of the Daleks serial. We did record a reaction to An Unearthly Child. It did get lost, unfortunately.
Hard drive failure, right?
Hard drive failure. Although technically, we're not sure. I mean, I've got to find that hard drive. We never really figured out if there's a way to salvage it.
It's lost media.
It's lost media. It's lost media. You know what's wild about that? The BBC cannot put An Unearthly Child on their streaming service because the son of the guy who wrote the episode, who's this like conspiracy theorist guy, keeps talking about how the BBC didn't treat his father right, which, like, there's no evidence. He's just spewing on Twitter, so, like, maybe there's truth to that, maybe it's not. But anyway, he's holding back the rights because apparently that's how it works in the UK, and demanded the BBC make, like, some documentary about his father in order to get the rights to it, and the BBC was like, well, we don't have the rights to An Unearthly Child. And he claims, he's like, my father came up with the name TARDIS. And that's, I think, false. I think that's, like, demonstrably false. I don't know. There's a whole deal with that. So there's something weird going on with the first episode of this first serial of Doctor Who. Our reaction's missing. I've seen another Classic Who reactors' reactions that are missing. And the episode currently doesn't exist. So kind of wild.
And I don't mean to demean, deride, or disrespect the dead, but I didn't think An Unearthly Child was that interesting.
Yeah.
The first part was. And then they went to, like, caveman times. And then after that, my attention kind of fell off. I think they were going to make fire or something.
I thought it was interesting that the way that this story went, it went from the fire maker being the most important person in the society to the least important person in the society because everyone made fire, which I feel like you could kind of make a socialism metaphor in there.
And when everyone has fire, when everyone's a fire bringer, no one will be. You've never seen Incredibles.
Well, it's just that nobody controls that to the point where they can, like, leverage that.
See, I didn't even remember that. So perhaps the problem wasn't that it was boring, it was just I didn't remember.
I'm pretty sure the Doctor taught them to make fire or something like that.
That sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
At least that version of him. It's very reckless, very careless, and also at the same time doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, somebody knew how to make fire. It was just like one person, or it was like 2 people, and there was like I don't know, whatever. It wasn't that interesting. It's true. But beyond what's been uploaded, we had recorded the New Who things we mentioned, but also the rest of the Dalek serial. So the episodes 3 and 4, and then episodes 5, 6, and 7 as 2 separate videos, and the Edge of Destruction, Brink of Disaster 2-part serial as another video. So that's as much as we've recorded, even as of recording this video, because I just wanted to get this out there, edit a lot of those other things, and then we're going to continue from there. Yeah, so that's where I've got. So the next few videos you're going to see on this channel are going to be pretty old. They're going to be in the same style and the same location as the first 2. And then once we get to Marco Polo, that's going to be new stuff.
Cool. Which also doesn't exist. Marco Polo.
Yeah. And then when it comes to the missing episodes with Marco Polo, we're going to react to it all. We're going to do it all. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do it in terms of the editing, because every episode is going to be, we're going to have an edited version and an unedited version.
Oh, my bad.
That's your cue. Every episode we post is going to have an edited version and an unedited version.
Well, like, it'll like still be edited.
Oh, it'll be edited a bit, but it won't be edited down, right?
It'll be edited out like a little bit.
The edited version.
I just don't want you misleading you and saying we have an unedited version, and they watch it and there's like, there's like a good 2 minutes where they disappear and suddenly they have drinks in their hands, and I just feel like that might have been an edit.
Okay. The edited version, in quotes, is the version where we put the reaction picture-in-picture, the original video picture-in-picture, and cut down most of the episode. And we'll have less than 11 minutes of footage per episode, per 25-minute episode. And that way, it's not a substitute for the original material, and it's just the parts that are kind of most interesting for our reaction. There is definitely stuff, jokes we make, bits we do, things we say that don't make the edited cut.
Should.
And those end up in the unedited version in quotes. There'll be some editing down, especially when we, if we flub what we're talking about really bad and need to fix that. Really bad. Or if we get up and use the bathroom or whatever, right? But the point is, for the duration of the episodes we watch, it'll be uncut unless we have to pause and leave and come back. To the point that you could sync up your own version, so there'll just be a timer in the reaction, and watch the whole episode with us. So you have your episode, you have us on another screen, and you're watching them together. And we do occasionally pause, and we always run it back, and we put a little clip of the video so you can sync up to it with the timer. So I try to do it the best we can. Sometimes we pause, sometimes we rewind. I try to make it as clear as possible for that. But that's the idea, right? The condensed down YouTube edited version that you can just watch, or the unedited version that's a lot longer, and if you want to watch the whole episode with us. And both of these episodes, both of these versions are completely free to you guys. We don't do the unedited versions behind a paywall like some reactors do.
Okay, we're not that's not a dig at anybody.
No,
just to be clear.
That's totally fine.
I think you're on some reactors' Patreons paying them so that you can watch their stuff early. So
that's totally fine if that's their business model. I get it. I understand it. I'm not entirely ruling out the possibility of having an early reaction kind of thing in the future.
We need a bigger audience for that.
Yeah. But that would just be entirely because the unedited versions are a lot less work to edit than the edited versions. But who knows? That's far off. But
the unedited versions are easier to edit.
Yes. We aren't going to put either of those versions permanently behind a paywall. It's always going to be up here on YouTube for you guys. So pick your version. We have the edited versions, or the public ones that are sent out to the algorithm. And then in the description of each one, there's a link to the unedited version of that one. And on our channel, we have an unedited playlist and an edited playlist. So if you want to come to our channel and watch all of them in order, you can pick your poison and it'll work out. If you've been following this far, you remember and realize that the next video we have to record is going to be the Marco Polo videos. Not entirely sure how that's going to be formatted for uploading. That's why I went back on a tangent about how things are formatted generally. Unedited version, you're going to get all of it, right? The 7-part missing serial. That's so much time. 25 minutes times 7.
That's so much time to stare at still pictures like a slideshow and then listen to a podcast.
Yeah, that's 175 minutes. That's almost 3 hours. It's almost 3 hours of missing episode that we're going to do. So if you're here for the unedited version, you're going to get that. However, we end up breaking it up. For the edited version, I have not yet decided if we're going to just do we'll do 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7 like the Daleks, or if we're going to have more episodes grouped together for the edited versions, if there needs to be more edit down because there's less interesting things happening. Haven't decided that yet, but you'll see it. I'm pretty sure we've decided that we're going to do the loose cannon reconstruction, the more recent one. I don't remember the number, but it's the black and white version. Because they did an early one, my understanding, in color that was kind of set photos because it's a very photographed episode because whatnot. But that was an older one.
Right?
Costumes costumes were really good from my understanding. But the more recent loose cannon reconstruction used the black and white telesnaps, the actual snap images from the episode itself. So I think that's the one we're going to go with reacting to. We're going to watch all 7 of those, and we'll see how it goes. In the future, though, there's a lot of missing episodes that have been partially or entirely animated. Sometimes the animation just fills in a gap of the missing episodes, and sometimes it does the whole serial, including some of the surviving episodes. So we're still a little on the fence. It's going to be a little while before that's going to be relevant, because the first animated episode is going to be later this season, and it's just filling the gaps in a serial. But eventually we're going to get to a point where there's some episodes that are entirely animated, where some of the episodes survive. And our question to you guys is, would you rather us react to the animated serials in full, or put the surviving episodes in where they are? Because obviously we can only watch these episodes for the first time once.
Yeah, I can go either way. I'm not entirely sure. I go back and forth on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be serials where we are going to go back and forth between animated and surviving, just because that's the animated just fills in the gaps. And, do we want to watch the full animated experience that the BBC puts out there, or do we want to just fill in the gaps ourselves and watch all the surviving episodes that exist? I will probably go back and watch the animated version or surviving version. Whatever we don't watch on the reaction, I'll probably go back and watch it myself out of just curiosity. I don't know about you.
Probably not. Unless I really liked it.
But that's something that we'd love to get some feedback on.
Feedback. What?
Some temporal feedback.
Oh!
Some temporal feedback.
Is it... Did we figure out if it was temporal or temporal?
Temporal is the more natural way to pronounce that. So let us know what your thoughts are about that, about the animated versus surviving episode thing. There's also different versions of animation sometimes. Sometimes they're only in color. Sometimes they're only in black and white. Sometimes they have a color version and a black and white version. Sometimes the color version is 16:9 and the black and white version is the old 4:3. There's different framing between the two. So there's a lot of variation going on. So just like let us know what your general thoughts are. When there are multiple versions of a serial, I feel like it's only fair to let our audience pick the version that we want.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll see how it happens when we get there. But I might put out like community posts with the two versions whenever an episode's coming up and be like, hey, vote on which one you want. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. I don't know. Could be some good ideas.
If you happen to be watching, we love your feedback.
Yeah, your temporal feedback.
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Well, I think that's most of what we have to say here. I'm excited to be back. I really want to watch these episodes.
I am kind of tired, but tomorrow when I wake up and remember that we're going to watch a bunch of Doctor Who, I'll probably be very excited.
The schedule. Now that is a big question that we don't have all the answers to right now. We are not going to promise anything in terms of regularity. I really do want to do this. I really do want to do it regularly. I just know that if I set things for myself specifically, like we're going to do 2 episodes a week, then I might start off strong, but then as soon as I miss one, I'm going to get all in my head about it, and then I'm going to keep missing them, and then it's just going to disappear. Right? Like that, when I jump into something head first and I'm like, here's the whole schedule for myself, then it's gonna get broken at some point.
Absolutely.
So I think we should start by just saying there's no rigid schedule. We want to aim to get 1 episode out a week, and that's not like a hard requirement, and we could do more than that if we have it. But the goal for myself is get an average of an episode recorded every week, an average of 1 episode edited every week. Then like that's a good goal to aim for. And if you miss a week, whatever, just do the next one. And that way, there's not too much pressure on that. But what that means, if we don't have a consistent schedule, if you want to see these episodes, you should subscribe.
Yeah.
Right? If you subscribe and ring that bell, you get a little notification whenever we do post.
Sorry, I just made a weird noise and then I did it a second time.
Yeah. It's a great tool for you to know when we post things, as well as if you use your subscription feed more. I've been advocating for this. If you use your subscription feed more, you can take back control of what you watch from the algorithm. Because if you use that home tab and your recommended videos just entirely and ignore your subscription feed, you are letting an algorithm dictate what you want to watch. And that can be good. You can find some cool things in an algorithm, but if you just let yourself be a slave to the algorithm, then it's not good. It's not great. It's not good. You don't have that agency. You don't have that curation. And I feel like that's one of the most important things about a platform like YouTube is you seeking out and finding things that you like, and you find them and you watch them and you engage, right? So take back control from the algorithm, subscribe, and use that subscription feed. And yeah, is there anything else I gotta say? I think that's it. So yeah, I guess we'll see you next time in the next episode of the Daleks.
Not to be like stereotypically autistic, but we will not be seeing them next time. To be perfectly clear.
Yeah, but it's like a thing you say.
It sure is a thing you say that isn't true, which is called lying. Bye.